Let me give you another historic example. The war that I was in, where I earned these awards. Look at that. That's the we liberated Kuwait. It looks like the Palestinian flag there. It's the same colors, right? It's very much similar. Not as noble in the context that I did it, but during the first Gulf War, just a bit of history and context here. Iraq was run by Saddam Hussein, was a CIA asset, and came from the Ba'ath Party, and literally was definitely brutal, and definitely backed by U.S. interests, including Jewish interests. And he came to power, and he got all the favor of America and Britain, so he was a favored nation trading partner. We offered trade deals that involved economic, agricultural, and military support. We provided him with weapons, including chemical and biological weapons. America did that. And we provided him political cover, said he was an agreeable leader and that we had good relations and so on. And then we gave him the order to invade Iran. And that was what's called the Iran-Iraq War. Now, that's the only war Iran has had in 700 plus years. They call that the imposed war. So they've never had a war in 700 years. Never have they invaded anybody. Never have they gone to war, except for that one war in which they were invaded by Saddam Hussein, who was working for Western powers, and he was armed, and he invaded. Iran lost 1 million people. Young people who weren't of age were lying about their age so they could go and fight and defend Iran. I've met survivors of the chemical attacks in Iran, so on and so forth. So Saddam Hussein did his job, and after that war, our little satellite state, Kuwait, who I liberated, was doing what's called slant drilling, and this little state was created by the Sykes-Picot Agreement, which is a British interest. And that was the creation of this little puppet state, a little petro-state run by us foreign colonial powers to basically give us cheap oil and just screw over their own people, right? And also take a big slice of land. So this is where it's similar to Poland and Danzig, right? That is actually Iraq. If we look at the actual history of Iraq, that's part of Iraq. Kuwait is part of Iraq. But previous to Saddam, that was sliced off in Sykes-Picot, which goes back to the early 1900s. Anyway, after Saddam did his great job killing 1 million Iranians, he then, and this is where I came into play because I joined the Marines in 1989. So within a year, I was going to a war, and that war was the the first Gulf War. And here's what happened. Saddam had great relations with America. He was our boy. He just did a great job killing Iranians, which, by the way, who are they blaming the assassination attempt on Trump? Oh, Iran. Oh, that's what Netanyahu just said. Iran, oh, really? Oh, Iran's the threat. Oh, that's it. Yeah, okay. So Israel still seems to have a bit of a problem with Iran, right? Yeah, okay. So Saddam Hussein, our boy, just killed 1 million Iranians, right? So he thought he was in good favor, right? He thought he was looking good, man. I just did my job. Cool, man. I'm going to get some rewards for this. So he's like, through his envoys saying, hey, the Kuwaitis are stealing my oil and shit. And like, I want to go take care of it. And they said, okay, well, hold on. Let us send our person so you can talk in person. So they sent an envoy, the highest envoy, April Glaspie. And they met, and Saddam explained his position. And April Glaspie said, when he asked for, consent to go take care of business, April Glaspie gave him the green light. Yeah, it's a regional dispute. They even said it publicly. America said, it's a regional dispute. We won't interfere. Da-da-da-da. The moment that Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait, right? The moment he invaded, he became the new Hitler. Oh, he's been torturing everybody. He gassed the Kurds. He's like, the moment he did. So Saddam Hussein was betrayed badly. like badly. That's the war that I was in, which I got that medal for, and Southwest service, Southwest Asia service, and combat action, and all that. So my point is, all the world is a stage, and the only winners in war are the banksters. And who are the banksters? Oh, that'd be anti-Semitic, so I can't say that, right?